Good morning. It is Wednesday, January 7th. We have our first cup of coffee today, and we're dropping into, well, I guess we're still on Arc Raiders for a while. The goal for this morning is to figure out how to find Sentinel firing cores. I know there's a few places we can get them. And I don't know how to get them. That's the biggest problem. We can either loot them in the downed courier arcs, or we can actually go find an active Sentinel and try to shoot it. But the Sentinels are a turret thing that are on a few different buildings. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are chasing these things. I would think right here would be one.
Shani here.
Let's go to that
Remember,
location.
Raider, if you stumble upon a crate, deliver it to a field depot so we can try to crack it open.
So we're going to be looking for the downed couriers that have black smoke coming from them. And we're going to run over here and see if we can get on top of Dam and grab one of these things. But I don't know. We have a Stitcher. Probably not enough firepower to take out one of those turrets. Pete, good morning. Welcome in. Hope you were doing well this morning. And I know a lot of people are not liking this game. I mean, they like the game to play it, but not to watch it. And I understand that. A little generator doing something there. Got a lot of running to do, unfortunately. It would be nice if you could pick your spawn location on the map. But I guess that might defeat some of the challenge of the game. All right, so I'm looking around for black smoke, which would mean that we have one of those things close to us, the downed couriers. There's one over there, but I don't see the black smoke on it. So does that mean it's already been looted? Or have they taken the smoke off of it? Spotter relay. No Sentinel core. So that's not good. And I don't know why it's not smoking. Cliffy Floors, good morning. I'm guessing someone has already shot the Sentinel that's up here. I don't know where this core is. It would probably be best to look at a map and figure out where these things exist at. It's kind of like finding a needle in a haystack here. I would guess this thing would shoot at me eventually, if it's up there. We have no idea what we're even looking for. Got a raider over here. All right, so this one is smoking. What's up, Raider? This one is smoking, so that's a good sign. Let's see if we can breach it and find what we need. Cliffy Floors jumped on the Arc wagon last night. First game I purchased other than the COD franchise in over a decade. That's really cool. You're going to have fun with it, at least for a while. Arc Motion Core. No, don't shoot me. Oh no, we are so dead. Should probably turn our flashlight off. Get some shield regen going. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. I just fucking thought it was bad.
I'm still looking for Sentinel firing cores. Don't know where they're at. C-Tuck, good morning. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. So I think our best chance... Oh. I think our best chance is to keep searching those smoking things. I just feel like every time we jump in a game, if it's already started, the turrets up on the top are going to be taken. And I don't even know where they're at. I'm sure there's like a map on YouTube somewhere that would show you where they're at. The first raid lasted 30 seconds. You know, I feel like they've turned up the AI on this game a little bit since I first started, only a few days ago. Started out that those Wasp and Hornets you could defeat pretty easily. I don't know if maybe as you get more experience, they make it harder. But I am not seeing the cores we're looking for. Probably should heal up a little bit. And when I first started this game, I changed a bunch of the key bindings to more match what Call of Duty was. And then I eventually changed it all back the way it originally was. Because it doesn't play like Call of Duty. And trying to force it to do that just made it awkward. Things like the roll mechanic. You know, I said, oh, well, I want that on a different keybind. And the changing shoulder mechanic, which is good if you're trying to peek out from behind cover. So if you want to peek this way, you would shoot off of this shoulder. Because if you're off this shoulder, then you have to move way out in the open to get shots. So depending on which side of a building you're peeking, you have to change your shoulder. And I finally left it right where they had it on the letter X on the keyboard. All right, there's some smoke over here, so maybe that's one of those things. It doesn't look like it. Looks like somebody has a stove going or something. Oh, it is. It's a thing. All right, we don't have enough ammo to fight too much here. We are not going to engage that. We just don't have the thing for it. Wise man, good morning. Hope you're doing well. How's your driving going today? Yeah, it seems like Christmas and all the holidays is just a memory at this point. We're all back to work and back to doing whatever we're doing. Oldie Juan, good morning. Someone has been in here. So we are not going to find our Sentinel firing cores this round. So we should probably just
head home at the water treatment elevator.
Start trying to get out of here. Maybe he has some Sentinel firing cores. He's been looting everything. Man, you should be able to put on one of those spacesuits. So I'm not sure if I like all the friendliness going on in this game. You know, as an extraction shooter. Hey, Raider. I don't like this guy following me. Those little spiders are not fun. Guess we don't really have all the stuff we thought we would have. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's one more. There's one more behind you. Nice. Maybe he has a Sentinel core. That was not very nice. We were just putting him out of his misery. We're going to get destroyed here. Don't even know what a Sentinel core looks like. It's on a free loadout. Now we have too much stuff. We have no ammo for a light gun. That wasn't very nice. But we knew he took a lot of damage. Actually, we can get... Got some bandages, that's good. Let's take the blue stuff over the green stuff. Grab a couple more cores here. All right, let's extract. We'd already had it marked. Just a matter of how do we get out there without dying. Probably wasn't very nice shooting that guy. So we have too much stuff and we're running really slow, but I think we can get out of here with it. Let our stamina rebuild. We just need to push the button. Get the button pushed, at least we know we'll get out of here. Friendly raider. How bad is my shooting? All right, somehow we made it out of here. So I felt bad that we shot that guy in the face to get his gear. I was hoping he would have some sentinel firing cores is what we're looking for. We're also looking for a field depot. So we had 35.6 pounds of stuff, 20 grand. Got a free weapon out of it. But we have not done any of our quests, so we need to get back on the quests. What we're trying to do right now is upgrade this gun workbench to a level 2 gunsmith, but we need these sentinel firing cores, and we have not had a good track. We need 4 of them, and we have no idea how to get them. Scrappy has some scrap for us. We're going to jump right back in and do it again. I guess we're going to go with the loadout we have. Maybe recycle this shield that's damaged to grab another one. We need some more bandages. We actually need a lot more bandages. And we need some of these things. Guess we need to make some because I don't have any in inventory. Seems like there should be an easier way to get this stuff. I guess you just got to craft it out each time. 5, sure, good enough. An adrenaline shot. I don't think I'll ever use that. I wouldn't even know how to use it. A shield, a backpack. Let's do a better augment. And we have a Stitcher, which takes light ammo. So take a couple hundred rounds of that. And heavy ammo, 36 is probably plenty. Let's jump back in here. So I've been making good progress on my dump truck garage up on the mountain. I think I'm on part 4 of that video series so far. And the next step, I guess, is to put the decking on. A lot of people are wondering why I'm building over an overhang. Well, most of our land here is not flat. And even all the roads had to be cut in on an angle of a hill. So I picked the flattest land I could. Sometimes you just got to build the way you got to build it. All right, we're looking for those arc carriers that have been downed. They're supposed to have black smoke coming off of them. And we think there should be a sentinel cannon here somewhere, but I don't know exactly where.
Hey, Tenwen here. Listen up. You can call in a drop
Maybe over here somewhere.
Just keep your gun at the ready when one comes down. They tend to be like honey to flies.
But this game does get frustrating when you get stuck like I am on these sentinel firing cores. It's like, where do you find these things? And you can't really proceed until you get that solved. And then you run into a room like this that apparently has a lot of loot. At least you got some duct tape. Some gun parts, some expired tuna. I figured since it was a door we had to breach, that there would be something good in here. No idea. Oh, we got a raider over here. Hey, do you know how to get a sentinel firing core?
Trying to get this.
Oh, I guess you're going for it, right?
Bro. This guy, why'd you shoot me for? Bro, this dude. No way.
Hey, I told you I wanted that core.
Follow me, follow me.
Didn't get it.
There's a guy up there. He's behind you.
Thanks for that.
Bro, why would you drop me?
Dude, I told you I was looting that thing and you came over and took it. You started searching it.
Honestly, you couldn't say anything.
Hey,
You got a
you're,
buddy?
you, do I have money?
Buddy?
Do I have a buddy? What does that mean?
Do you have a buddy? Oh, it's just this guy. It was this guy that dropped me. I can pick it back up. You got a buddy? He's gonna come after me?
I don't even know what this guy's talking about. Anyway, probably shouldn't have jumped down there when I knew he was being revived. And we didn't get a sentinel core anyway. I guess he had already stole it by the time we shot him. He had already taken it. So we really need to thirst him early. So frustrating though. But you can't be nice to everybody. I think that kind of kills the game when everybody is just super kind to everybody. It's like, here, go ahead, take all the stuff you want. It's like, hell no, I need that core. I'm going to try to shoot you for it. All right, let's get back in here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go free core, I guess. I don't know. I guess we just use the stuff we have. Let's go with the best guns we have. Get some heavy ammo in there. We don't need medium. We do need more light ammo though. We can't go in with what we got. A snap hook that allows you to scale large structures. I don't know if we want to do that. Sounds like a good idea though. Need some light ammo. A couple hundred rounds of that. Probably 5 of these. Someone said we should do the herbal bandages. Herbal, I guess is the word. Because they last longer. Alright, they didn't go on our thing, so we gotta go down here and pick them up, I guess. 5 bandages and 5 of these. That'll do it. 2 guns. Our guns are all full whack. Let's repair this thing. So I don't understand. Why are these things redded out? Shield capacity is light and medium. I don't know. I don't know why it does what it does. Well, we have no idea. So we're just going to go in the game. We're going to need more coffee soon also. Still looking for those Sentinel firing cores. There's some other stuff we need too. But we don't know what that is. Oh my goodness. My arms are so tired from working on that garage yesterday. Not used to digging holes. Digging holes isn't a problem. It's all the roots in the ground, so you have to use a pick to cut the roots and then dig out the holes. So that's always fun. And then carrying 60-pound bags of concrete, buckets of water, paver stones. It all kind of gets on you after a while. All right, we don't really have a method for finding these things. I feel like where we were was one of those cores. And that was right about here somewhere, I believe.
Go to that location.
So that's where we're going. There's only 19 minutes left in the game, so if someone else needs that, they're already all over it. And it's kind of irritating when they start you mid-game like this. You just don't get the loot you need. We're also looking for smoking hulks on the ground. Something walking down there. Walk by faith, good morning. Hope you're doing well. We're still looking for Sentinel firing cores, and we have not been very lucky. We almost had one last game, we thought. We killed the guy that had looted one. And then someone revived him, and they decided to take us on. So this is not where we were earlier. We were somewhere close to here. I feel like it was right on this corner. And it's already been taken down. Yeah, we died right down there somewhere. So that Sentinel firing core was on a turret here on the ceiling, but it's not here now. So there's not a lot we can do about it. The other one that we know about is over here somewhere.
Move to that location.
But coming in late in the game, it's kind of hard to loot anything. Recovery, good job. The truck barn won't be moving for years. Yeah, it's going to get a lot more substantial. We don't want to short anything on it. I need to spend some time at the sawmill today. I need to cut some oak beams. But I have a little side quest today. I have to go to my brother's house. I need to haul a trailer over there. and pick up my tractor. He's been borrowing it since before Christmas. And I figure it's time. I need to go pick it up. So also, everyone that gets these Sentinel cores, they seem to leave the game right away. It's pretty good shooting, I think. Oh, we just took some damage there. So I don't know what that smoky thing was that came down earlier. I guess we'll try this thing. I've never had good luck getting anything useful out of these. But I think I have 2 more videos to shoot for the dump truck barn. We obviously have to finish the decking and then the roof. And I think I can do that in 2 days. The decking is pretty quick. It's just a matter of going to get the decking boards. And they're only 10-foot long decking boards, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let's get off of this thing before we get burnt. Probably don't have to get too far away. Now we're way down the hill and no way to get up the hill. I am kind of struggling with movement here. Would rather not shoot that if we can help it. See if we can loot and get away from it. That's pretty rough on the health right there. Let's get some health going on before this guy shoots us. Probably gonna have to shoot at him. No, 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 no. I don't think he hit me that time. I mean, obviously he did. No! That was a miss. I'm trying to hit the back motors on this guy. You hit the front ones, it's just not very effective. Had about enough of you. Maybe we should have used that gun in the first place. Loot up a little bit, see if we can get some more things that we might need. I'm gonna run out of bandages again. Check all your fluid levers and grease fittings. I hate people using my tools. Yeah. I checked the oil and hydraulic fluid and greased it up before I let him borrow it. So I don't think he actually did anything other than dragging some logs around with a chain. So it should be fine, but absolutely. Every time I loan something out, you got to check it over good when you get it back. He's my older brother, so I would consider him the most responsible of the crew. All right. Well, we have 11 minutes to get out of here. I don't think we're going to find anything else good, so.
Let's head home at the water treatment elevator.
Might as well keep putting bandages in. So much for that bandage. We don't need any part of that rocket, dude. Quite a few miles to run. All right. So maybe we should jump in with a random squad and see if we can get some PvP going on. We can force PvP in the solo mode. Maybe we'll do that once. I have no stamina left.
An arc orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. 10 minutes to get out of there. I repeat, 10 minutes.
So I wonder what happens if you miss the 10-minute warning. Does the arc orbiter just come in and destroy you? We didn't reload our gun. Oh, well, that's a problem. Really? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Stop, stop, stop doing whatever you're doing to me. Wow. I've had more luck finding those in the carriers. Yeah, we're going to look for the carriers because this is not good. Is there a specific spot I should be looking for carriers or just anywhere? Maybe we'll go to Blue Gate and try over there for a minute because this is not doing well. There's a lot of running in the dam area and not a lot of loot. Especially if you end up late in a game like that. We started with only 16 minutes left. So we're going to try Blue Gate. Free loadout. And we're just going to look for carriers. We also need some coffee. All right, so we're going to go look for the carriers. I had the most luck finding those during an electrical storm on the dam. Yeah, I think somebody else told me that if you find the electromagnetic storms, that you can do pretty good with it. There's a... Whoa, that's going to hurt. Ooh, got the roll in. It's not what I thought it was. Usually when you see smoke in the distance, it's going to be one of those carriers, but that was not. This is just a wasp, but that's okay. I keep looking for smoky things. There's a husk. This is a carrier right here, but it's already been opened. There's some smoke coming up here. Now this is not a carrier. This is a arc probe, and I don't think they would have what we want, but we're going to open it anyway. Recovery says, my first job as a little kid was grease suit fittings, fluid check, including hand crank diesel. My grandfather taught me to operate excavators. Yeah, you know, I have a brother-in-law that works in a big mine out in Texas. It's an open pit mine, and he has some of the super big loaders and dump trucks and things like that. And they all have self-greasing systems on them now, and I thought that was pretty amazing. I guess it was hard to find people to actually always grease the equipment. And with those self-greasers, they just, on a schedule, it will just pump grease in there. But yeah, I grew up, well, I didn't grow up on a farm. I grew up and my dad had a farm. And we would go up there on the weekends and play. And he always had just, you know, farm tractors to pull 3-point equipment. And we always had a grease gun, and that was our job, to go around and do that. We also had a hand pump diesel in the back of a truck. And we also had a fuel farm that had a raised diesel tank. So you didn't have to pump that one. It was gravity feed. That worked pretty well. But I really don't miss those farm days. I remember being a lot of work. We during the week we lived in town, had a nice house, you know, you had your bikes to ride, you had friends in the neighborhood. And then it's like, okay, let's load up and go to the farm for the weekend. And it was always muddy and cold and lots of work to always do. Oh, let's take some heavy ammo instead of duck. I guess that didn't work out. We don't need heavy ammo anyway. But I wouldn't change it for nothing. I mean, had a good time with it. Gotta check the dumpster. You always get blueprints in dumpsters. But not today. You know, the farm was a place we could go and shoot skeet. Take your 22 out in the woods and shoot things. We would sit there and shoot probably 10 or 15 boxes of 20 gauge shotgun shells and then spend the nights reloading. So that was always fun. All right, my boy is he's not mantling very well. There's some smoke way up there on the hill. Andy, it's definitely expensive, but I'm glad to get to do it for a job. Uh-oh, we are so screwed here. We can't handle this with a kettle. I don't know how we were able to pull that off. Thanks for putting me out of my misery. Got my free loadout and nothing. I'm actually glad we ran into a real person that was going to shoot us. Recovery. You had an identical dump truck to the one I had back as a kid. Yeah, I think we had one just about like it when I was a kid. We had our farm in the, I guess it was the mid-70s, because I remember going to elementary school in 1976 at the farm. My parents decided we were going to move there one year, so that was fun. All right, we're going to go right back to Blue Gate, back on a free loadout. And we're still looking for those cores. You know, the barn build, it is time consuming, but it's a lot of fun. You know, you get out there, you have the mountain views. I'm not in a hurry to get it done. Tell you what, though, by the end of the day, though, you are tired walking up and down that hill, because every cut and fit is walk down the hill, measure something, walk up to the truck, cut it, carry it down to where you need to install it, and you cut everything just a little bit long, thinking, well, maybe I can always cut it twice. And usually you end up cutting twice, which means another trip up the hill. I've tried taking my skill saw. Ooh, a dead raider. Hold on, what? So he has been picked over. He's got absolutely nothing left in his carcass. But yeah, by the end of the day, your calves are burning from trudging up and down that hill. We're just gonna go for some low-hanging fruit here real quick. There's a smoking hulk up here. Come on, Sentinel Firing Corps. But yeah, pressure-treated lumber is not reduced to rubble. Follow the trail of destruction. I guess we just did something good. All right, come on, Sentinel Firing Corps. But I'm almost done with the pressure-treated wood. We have the decking boards, but those are pretty easy. And I am going to double up the decking boards where the wheels run. So we're going to run them the normal direction across the joist supports, or the joist. And then we're going to run them long ways where the wheels run to double them up. So they're going to be 5/8 or whatever the, I don't know how thick it is. It's thicker than a 1 inch. It's not quite 1 inch, but they're close. Man, we need something else that is smoking. So we'll end up with like 2 inches of decking material where the wheels run. So that should be good. I think we were just here, right? Yeah, that's the one we just looked at. There are always arc everywhere here. You know, I don't even know what the core looks like that we're trying to find. We are so screwed if this guy sees us. No, that was a bad miss right there. All right. So do we go shoot at this guy? What do we have with us? That is not what we want. Oh, this is a problem. Chain link fence is not going to stop bullets. All right, so this is just going to be a battle, and we know we're going to die. Wow, that was not good at all. All right, well, we're going to try to run away. We have a snitch up here that's trying to target us. And these guys don't really attack you. All they do is call in your location to someone else. We're messed up. We are not getting out of this. Krolush, good morning. Increase your speed. Ensure a square cut. Yeah, we should do. I do. I always use a framing square every time I make a cut, so I always draw a straight line. I could use the chop saw to get better cuts, but it's just more work. And unfortunately, everything is not square there. All the ground that I've put the little foundation pads on is, well, I do my best to level those things, but they're not always square. So sometimes you have to cut an angled cut just to match whatever's there. You're not going to find bandages in a car. Found a license plate and some chemicals. Do we have anything useful? Get our shields back up. We have one more bandage left. I shot the light pole. I feel like someone else is shooting at that thing. A framing square is L-shaped. Yeah, mine I guess is a, I don't know. It's a little square that hooks over the edge of the lumber, and I can draw straight lines. It's a speed square. That's right. I didn't know what the word was. It's a squarish looking thing. We have no more bandages. We aren't finding any of the loot we were coming in this map to find. We will probably be better off trying to shoot an arc raider, but with our single shot rifle, it's probably not going to work well. Use it like a rip fence. You basically use your speed square like a rip fence on a table saw. Yeah, I mean, that would have to actually work. It does have a, I don't know. I usually have one hand holding the lumber, and it's not always like secure. I guess I could give it a try. Again, we're not finding anything good here. I don't see anything smoking. Probably shouldn't shoot at a missileer. I don't know what they're called. Jump up there and stay up there. We need this to get a couple more of these things. If we can see a battle going on, we could maybe find some dead raiders. But the problem is a dead raider isn't going to have any loot on him. We're so screwed here. We got to get some cover. What's up, Raider? I was hoping they would shoot at that guy. M. Pierce, your carpenter work is a lot better than some professionals I've seen. Yeah, well, the main problem with what I'm doing is we're working on the side of a mountain. There's nothing flat anywhere. And just like that, we are dead. That's all right. I don't think Arc Raiders is going to be just his thing. I don't know if you've saw the ratings lately, but there's not a lot of people playing Call of Duty anymore. A lot of people playing this game now. Yeah, I mean, there's no good. Robbie Killer, I see Arc is your new thing. What's up, Robbie? I was just noticing all of our streaming, and I stream 2.5 hours every day. The numbers were just going down and down and down. We have our consistent, like 20 or 30 people that would, that were watching. But we got up to in the 50s and 60s at one point for a while, right after the launch of, I guess, season 1. And then slowly it just dropped down. If you look at Twitch, there's only like 7,000 people streaming. In fact, I think I can show that. Let me see if I can pull this down here real quick. So if we look at edit my stream info, if it does that, I don't know if it will let you edit the stream info while you're streaming. There we go. Unable to load classification options. I guess you can't really do it while you're streaming. But if you look at, oh, come on, DP, put it back where it belongs. Now it's lost behind my thing. There we go. If you look at Twitch, there was only like, I don't know, it was 50,000 viewers on Twitch for Call of Duty for a period of time. And then all of a sudden it went down to 7,000. And two things caused that. All the people that are running or streaming Call of Duty have went to other games like this. And a lot of people just aren't interested in it anymore. M. Pierce, watch you daily on YouTube. Watching both right now. Got YouTube on the TV. That's awesome. Yeah, I really don't make a lot of money off of streaming. I never have. Most of my social media money comes off of YouTube videos. I do all these long format videos on YouTube. And every time you do one, it'll get 1,000 views or so. But I've been doing this for so many years, it's just every video, every month is just paying a few dollars. Again, it's not a lot of money. It might pay my internet bill, but that's about it. But I'm just so fed up with Call of Duty. It's just garbage right now. The lip of the square wants to stay on the board anyway. You can hold both with your left hand. Yeah, recovery, I'm going to have to give that a try. I guess you have to know the offset, so you have to mark an offset, the width of your, I guess the width of your saw is important.
Have your eyes adjusted to the dark yet, Raider? Loot is ripe for the picking while most of Toledo is asleep, though my suppliers say that Ark is twice as vigilant after sunset.
Ooh, we found a spring. I'm sure we'll need that for something. We should probably have our gun out while we're inside. You're going to have a fireball coming at you at any moment. But I think 90% of this game is doing just this. You're running around inside buildings, clicking on drawers, picking up crap. I really didn't think I could get through that window. Dojo, good morning. So there is a turret downtown somewhere in a bell tower. I think we are. He's going to see us, so we're just going to go for cover. want to keep our light off as much as we can. Again, we're just looking for stuff. Hopefully we'll happen upon one of those Sentinel core things, but probably not the way we're looting. We would have to find some really good weapons to go after this guy. We do have a grenade. We could at least chuck it at him to piss him off. We didn't need that grenade for anything else. We do not have the... What is that? I've never seen one of those before. So it was a flying something. I guess that's dead. I guess it's not dead. All right, I don't know what that was. But that hurt a lot. Spotter relay. So I guess those are spotters. I think you could throw, like, some of these cores you could throw at people to make an explosion. I think the fireballs are the only ones that really work that way. Neither one of those are going to do any good. All right, all that's going to happen here is we're going to run out of ammo. There, we have a raider close by. I could turn on my flashlight so we could see better. Come on, something good. Bandages are good. Turn on a flashlight. We have 18 bullets left, plus what's in our gun. That didn't feel good. All right, we can run away, so we can run away another day. Oh, Walk by Faith. That's good. I was hearing that it was really hard, but to be honest with you, unless they make drastic changes to that game, it might just die. Yeah, I love Call of Duty. It breaks my heart what they've done to it. Yeah, same thing. I wish it was. I wish it was good, but it right now just isn't. And I don't know why it's as bad as it is. If they just did a reset, took it back to the way it was when it was originally launched, you know, they said they were going to do that when they brought out Verdansk again. Said, oh, it's going to be like OG Warzone, but it wasn't. They still had all the crap skins. They still had all the crap weapons, and it's just not fun. You know, they opened up Stadium and they put that god awful BO6 thing in the middle of it with the sliding doors and things. It used to be a place with helicopters and tents, you know, things that kind of fit the idea that some military operation has taken over the stadium. It's like you don't build a stadium. All right, let's go over here.
Move to that location. Let's go to the hospital.
You know, it made sense that somebody did an operation, they blew the roof off of the stadium, and oh, let's use the stadium as a base of operations for something. But the way it is now, it's like, oh, well, let's build a full-on structure inside. Oh no, by the way, there's some lava coming through the floor of the stadium because we need some lava. Light shields. We don't want light shields, but we will take this. We'll take an industrial magnet. Prolush, they lost touch. I play solo big map Resurgence. There's just something off about it. Well, they don't really have solos anymore. Wow. Okay, hold on. We're gonna hold on to this gun. What? Salvage metal. Drop to ground. The Renegade shotgun. I don't know. Do we have any shotgun shells? Probably not. Heavy ammo. We need some of that, so let's get rid of the seeds. And we'll say that's good enough. Now we are over encumbered, so we have way too much stuff on our back. Why are we doing that? Yeah, there's no casual solo, so it's just kind of a pointless game mode anymore. I think they would be 007 playing Arc Raiders. We're trying to play Arc Raiders. We're suffering pretty bad here, but we're kind of still having fun with it. These Rocketeers have not found the secret to killing them. Obviously, more firepower would be better. All right. We have an upgrade point, so we can increase something here. Not worried about sturdy. While walking, your stamina regenerates as if you were standing still. Okay. Guess we need some of this. When searching container, loot is revealed faster. That sounds like a good thing. We have to get 15 points in the survival category to open up this next tier of stuff. So I guess we'll keep doing that. We've still been looking for these, well, I don't know what. Sentinel firing cords, but we are not finding them anywhere. Someone said during, if you get the maps with the electromagnetic storms, it does really well, but I don't know. Here, electromagnetic storm, Bluegate, in an hour and 16 minutes. So I guess this is what you have to do. You have to check these things that are going to show up in the future and come back at that time. So Bluegate in about an hour and a half would be the time to get here. But yeah, that's not us right now. We could go to Cold Snap real quick. Go pick some blueberries or whatever they are. But I still try to jump into Warzone a little bit in the afternoons just to try it out. And every time I get in there, I play a game or so, and it's like, I'm not into it. All right, so Cold Snap. We're really not dressed for cold weather, so I think you can't stay outside very long. You have to find your way into a building occasionally just to thaw out. Or for some reason your health starts going down quickly. I don't know if there are some things you can loot to stay warmer, like a jacket. That would be nice. Alright, so let's go this way, I guess. If I can mark something.
Hope you're close.
Let's go to the power generation complex.
It's a good day for picking candleberries, but do beware of frostbite.
Frostbite's not good. And I don't know if you just have to keep an eye on your health situation. That looks broken. I think the sides of the screen will start icing up when you start getting too cold. And I don't know which kind of buildings are good enough to keep you warm. Obviously, if there's no roof or walls, that's a bad thing. But I think the only reason to be here is for candleberries. And I don't know why we need candleberries, but somebody's decided that's what we need to do. All right, so the edges of my screen are starting to freeze up. We're going to keep an eye on our health. It'll probably start dropping here in a second. And I know we need to get indoors. And I don't know if this building here is good enough to... Let's see if this thaws us out a little bit. My boy has stuff all over. Ice. Do you have a cordless impact driver? I do not. I have some cordless drills, but I haven't had the need for an impact driver. I really should get one, because there's so many times it would be much more convenient than hooking up an airline. All right, so even that little building seemed like it was good enough to thaw me out. Oh, man. Oh, this is a rattler. No wonder it's not putting damage on. We gotta hold the trigger down. No, don't get hit. What are you doing, DP? You're stuck in a... I'm stuck in a cart. How do you get out of this cart? I'm stuck in a valet cart. Hold on, we got to get out of this valet cart somehow. All right, how do we get out of this cart? I am stuck in a valet cart. Can't jump. Can't roll. Let's see if we can roll out of here. Almost. Nope. No, we're still stuck in a valet cart. Crouching doesn't help us. Oh no. When it snows at Berry City, it's almost has the most candleberries. Rebel dies a lot. It's good to know. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do anything here. We are stuck in a cart and I can't get out. You know, I've been in some places where you're stuck and it'll give you a hold space bar to get unstuck. But it doesn't seem like a thing right now. I can't get out of here. Take my gun away. So we can get some more speed and a roll. We could try to grenade ourselves. Let me out of this cart. Give it a second and it will let you reset stuck player. All right, we're gonna give it a second. Do we just sit here still? How does it know we're stuck? Grab some half-inch galvanized lag bolts. Recovery, I was thinking of lag bolting some of the primary load structures. But I think everything is going to be in compression. Yeah, it's not letting me out. Raider, help me. I don't know that anybody can help me. If they come in here, they're just going to try to shoot at me. I have no idea what's going on. Krolush, I'm stuck. I rolled inside this little cart thing, and I can't get out. I can't jump. I can crouch, but I can't stand up. I can halfway stand up. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. Just give up or something. I don't even know how to give up. I'd have to bomb myself. Snap blast grenade. That is not going to help us too much. A door blocker. Can't deploy it. We're not close enough to a door. That's not going to help us at all. I mean, it took all of our damage. It took all of our shields off. The game is trolling you. Yeah, this is not good. So all we can really do is shoot at things. I would have liked to at least have that shotgun choke, but we're not going to be able to recover it. The compression will cause deflection. The lumber will try to separate. We're not going to allow that. Yeah, I agree. We might do some strategic lag bolting. After a while, if I see any deflections, maybe we'll go revisit those areas. I don't know how to, I can't even quit. How do you give up? Is there a way to give up? I have no idea. There's no way to kill yourself. I don't have anything explosive. I have firecrackers. We could throw those out there, that'll help. Hit escape and surrender. Escape, surrender. Thank you, Rebel Dies a lot. We were struggling there. All right, so if you roll into a building, sometimes you get stuck. That's good to know. That was bad. But I have seen the get player unstuck thing before. Usually in rocks, if you get stuck in the rocks, you'll get a thing that says somehow get out of there. Electromagnetic storms in 1 hour. I guess we're going back to space for it. I don't know why. That's all right. We were on a free loadout. We didn't have anything useful. Didn't much matter. But I would be really upset if we had like a really good loadout and that happened. I'm gonna grab some coffee real quick. I'll be right back. All right, you need a backpack with at least one safe pocket. Yeah, you're right, Rebel. We do need that. All right, there's some smoke over the horizon. Let's go see what's there. But I think you're right. Unless you're in an electromagnetic storm, you're not going to find those cores in these couriers. So here's a smoking courier. It has not been looted. Come on, Sentinel Core. Problem is I die so much. I think if I spend money on a good backpack and ammo and everything, we're going to end up wasting more. Advanced power cells and junk. So we got nothing. Well, not nothing, but we didn't get a lot. We didn't get anything we needed. And this is only for level 2 on the gunsmith. We need the sentinel firing cores, and I've just had no luck finding them. I mean, I guess we could go find a sentinel cannon and shoot at it, but everybody else in the game is doing the same thing. And you need 4 of these things too, not just 1. All right, we have a Pharaoh, which is a single-shot rifle. Kind of think there's a firing core on one of these buildings in here. Uh-oh. Someone's shooting at something. If I was going to buy an old truck, I would ask you to inspect it. You're the man. I'm just trying to help. You're more capable without me. Oh, I don't know about that. I struggle quite a bit with stuff. What is that? Problematic, problematic. What is shooting at me? Why are you shooting at me? So we got this guy up in the tower. Man, you're awesome. You can have my free loadout empty backpack. Crazy. Yeah, when it comes to buying old vehicles, I'm more of an impulse buyer. You know, I do a little bit of inspection, but not a lot. And you have no idea. You don't know if the rear end, if the diff is shot or the transmission. I mean, you can look for leaks and you can hear it run, look for smoke in the exhaust. shake the wheels a little bit, see if the bearings are loose. But most of that stuff isn't too expensive to fix. Photoelectric cloak. We're gonna recycle that because it's broke. All right, so that was bad. But I actually enjoy working on the old stuff like that. If you buy, I would never want to get a fully restored old vehicle. You know, something that there's nothing to work on. Because I think it's a lot of fun getting out in the garage and seeing a puddle underneath your truck and say, man, I got to work on something. Yay. Recovery. I've given you an excuse to buy yourself a cordless impact driver. You know, I'm kind of on the fence. When I lived in Florida, we had a Home Depot close by, and their go-to brand was Ryobi back in the day. They used to make all the Ryobi cordless tools in a blue, and the blue ones were good. Now, the batteries sucked back then. They weren't lithium, but they had this +1+ battery, and they changed to lithium, and the lithium batteries still work in the old blue tools. And I have one of the blue Ryobi. It's a Sawzall. Need to look where we're going here. We probably need the South Trench Tower has one of those things on it. So we're going to head that way. 900 meters away. Good Lord. But yeah, the blue Ryobis were good. And then I changed to this orange, the Dayglow yellow. And the first ones they made were actually just the same as the blue ones, but slightly inferior quality. And in the last 5 years, the Ryobis have just been garbage. You buy one and it just feels flimsy. It has all types of, like my drills now, you hold the drill, and down by the battery pack, there's on the old blue ones and the early yellow ones, there was a nice flashlight that shined right where your drill tip is. So if you're working in a dark space, and you lightly pull the trigger, and it worked really well. We have a raider here. We should just go shoot him in the face. But the new ones are just bad. We need to let our stamina build up a little bit. He is running fast. Wow, you're awesome, man. Was that really called for? But anyway, where I was going with that is you kind of get in this cordless tool infrastructure thing where you have the batteries, you have the charger, you have half a dozen tools, and it's like, well, I need a cordless impact driver. Do I go with a Ryobi just because I already have all the other stuff? Or do I jump ship and go with a Hercules or a Harbor Freight brand, or, you know, pony up and maybe get a Milwaukee or something else? And I don't know what the right answer is. I'm not going to use it like as in a professional thing. I can't imagine I would use an impact driver that often. So the cheap way out is just go buy a Ryobi and everything matches. Or I change brands and say, okay, the impact driver would be my first tool. Get a charger and a battery, and that's all I got. Might even get away with 3/8 lags, but make sure they are galvanized and 3 inches long. Yeah. One good thing about living in the mountains is we don't have a lot of moisture. You know, the air is pretty dry. There's no salt in the air like Florida. Oh my God. Florida, you almost need to use stainless on everything. Even galvanized will rust. But here in the mountains, anything underneath a deck or whatever, if I use bright nails, 5 years later, they're still pretty bright. But yeah, anything that's exposed outdoors should at least be galvanized. In Pierce, Ryobi impacts are actually really good. Yeah, maybe they have different grades of Ryobi, but our Home Depot around where I'm at right now,
Let's go to that location.
doesn't seem like they have anything good. And even our Home Depot is like a 30-minute drive, so I have a Lowe's like 5 minutes away, but all they carry is, I don't even know what they carry. Cobalt and Craftsman, which isn't Craftsman, it's some Chinese thing. I don't know why I worry about something being Chinese. Pretty much everything in life is Chinese these days. All right, well, I'm afraid we're going to die a horrible death if we jump down there. There's only 19 minutes left in the game, so this game's been going for a while. This looks like a bad idea. I might be able to mantle this. Ooh, still took damage. Wow, you got an empty free loadout. I just spawned in and you kill me like that? I'm going back for him. Tinker Whiskey, everything else is made in India. Yeah. 007, look, suck it up and go get it. Yeah. Actually, since working on the deck out there, I do have air available. I have electricity available. I have a nice hammer drill, a good impact, air impact tool, so I don't actually have to go buy a battery tool. I actually hate battery tools for the most part. All right, I think we're going to go back. Oh. And we're just going to shoot at everybody we see. That guy was really camping the probe. Yeah, a lot of people do that. They'll camp probes. They'll camp all kinds of stuff. Camp extractions is the biggest thing. They'll roll in there with a shotgun and just lay in a bush. Recovery, I would only wear Red Wings or Chippewa boots, both made in the U.S. The boots I have are actually Carolina boots. I believe they are U.S. made. They're waterproof. They're steel toe. Super heavy duty. I can hardly flex my ankles. Harbor Freight makes good tools for the money. Yeah, a lot of the tools I buy are Harbor Freight just because I need a tool now. Harbor Freight is like 3 minutes away. And a lot of what they have is junk, but some of it's pretty good. I have some of my Harbor Freight stuff that's been years and years and years. I use that little generator I have every day, pretty much. And I've had it for at least 5 years from Harbor Freight. I probably should have traded it in. My brother says, oh, every year you should just trade that thing in, and they'll give you a new one. You know, break the pull string or something and just take it back. Clean tools, Miller welders, buy once and cry once. Yeah. You know, if I was working in an industry where I needed tools, absolutely. Buy once, cry once. In fact, back when I was an aircraft mechanic, we'd have the Mac tool guy and the Snap-on guy come by, and I had a bunch of Craftsman stuff in my toolbox back when Craftsman was good, and it was the same quality, or actually it was better than some of the Snap-on stuff. And this was back in the 80s. Today, I don't think Craftsman is any good at all. All right, so we have a field depot close by. And I can't zoom in to know where it's at, but I'm thinking it's this way. Why can't I zoom in? Maybe we should drop this thing and run around and find the fuel depot first. I think we'll do that. But why doesn't it zoom in? It's not this way. Not that way. Oh, it's fuel depot, not... I don't know. So where are we supposed to put this thing? Not in there. Not in here. It was a field depot that we're looking for, not a fuel depot. See, you get bogged down on these side quests that mean absolutely nothing. At least we're going to loot this thing. Carolina boots are made in Martinsburg, Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I love mine. I've had them for, at least three sets of shoelaces. That's how I know how old my boots are. So I don't know where we're supposed to carry that thing, and I don't think we're going to worry about it. Like clockwork, you can look at them on your map. Yeah, I don't see any of them on my map. I think they only show up sometimes. Maybe you have to be close to it for it to show up. But we looked in the immediate area. I don't see any place to carry that thing to. And we are not going to haul it all the way across the map. It might be to fire these generators up. That generator doesn't look like it's ran in a long time. Blue tarp with antenna on top. Yes. Get a lot of arc motion cores. So they must be pretty useless. What do we have? A Stitcher? Ooh, there's two of them over there. Not the right weapon for this fight. And that was pretty horrible. Like clockwork, I agree. They're usually not far from where you find those little crates. But I feel like that little pickup thing was for some other mission or something. I don't think it was a field depot. All right. How much did you enjoy that last round? I'm going to put a sad face because I was not happy. What did you like least about it? I can't find... Stuck. I'm sure nobody's going to read that, but we'll see. I mean, if they're going to pop up surveys, they must have somebody looking at them. All right, let's go 47 minutes to an electromagnetic storm in Blue Gate. That's where we're going to find those cores. But we're going to go right back to where we were. And we probably need to go outside of town somewhere. Claim our garbage. Scraps. It's not garbage. Scraps. But I know there's one live Sentinel cannon somewhere. Well, there's probably more than one, but I think there's one overlooking the entire flat area around the tower. But I'm pretty sure everyone else, unless you jump in a game right at the beginning of it, you're not going to get it. All right. But yeah, today's going to be pretty much a down day. I got to go over to my brother's house, take my trailer, pick up my tractor that I let him borrow a few weeks ago. While I have the trailer hooked up, I might go ahead and pick up some more 12-foot lumber because my mini truck is not great for 12-foot lumber. But I probably won't. Mini truck does just fine. It would also be good with the trailer. I could get all the decking boards at one time. If I use my mini truck, I have to take 2 or 3 trips to get enough. But again, that's okay. I don't mind doing that. All right, we are struggling today. We have not really accomplished any of our missions or quests. We're on the wrong side of the map again. I think it's the South Trench Tower. I think that's where that
Let's go to the
cannon is.
Tower.
And we're pretty early in the game, 29 minutes left in it. And on the way, we're going to look for other stuff. Like what? I don't know. Something smoking. Flock of seagulls or pigeons. Walk by DP. Next time it lets you write something in that little box. When you put the sad face, put in there, you want to be able to zoom in more on the map. I'll do that. Don't know what that is. Yeah, I agree. The map, and if I try to click on a spot on the map, it kind of moves away. It zooms out really quick. But those are things that the devs should be able to see. You know, you would think that they would be in touch a little bit with the interface. Monkey, Sentinel Firing Core. Yes, that's what we're looking for. Sentinel Firing Cores. We're going to go through this building just so we can regen some stamina, I think. No. This has a lot to do with map knowledge. Wow, we didn't reload. Wow, someone else helped me, I think. Hey, thanks. I would shoot him in the face, but we don't have anything good. I don't know. He's talking to himself now. Uncle Warzone, good morning. I can say I don't miss Warzone since I started playing Arc Raiders. That's good to hear, Warzone. Yeah, I think this game is going to be one that you play for a while until you get super frustrated about something. All right, so he called in support, so we're gonna see if we can run away. No, 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 no. This is bad. Game is lagging right now. I'm sure it's my internet. Doesn't appear to be the internet. Shot him through the tree. We have no good stuff at all. We should probably get away. I don't think you can jump through here. Game is laggy, laggy, laggy right this second. Alright, so we should be able to find some stuff in here to redo our shields at least. Stop. Probably should have breached this earlier. XFT, what are the game modes? I think it has solos and trios. I don't know that there's... I mean, you can play duos. You don't have to squad fill. But there are no quads. Oh, a blueprint. What is our blueprint for? Shotgun choke blueprint. That's pretty good, I guess. But give it a... And an extended mag blueprint. I think I already have that. All right, we need to stop picking that thing up, whatever that is. We don't have any fabric. We don't have any. We can do our shields a little bit. We're in no position to go continue on to that core. We have 18 bullets left. Now we're in absolutely no position to do anything. Bullets left. I think I hit the signpost. And just like that, we are dead. I'll be up at 5 a.m. on game Saturday. That's awesome. Yeah, I went ahead and added my embark ID to the chat command. So if you put exclamation ID, you'll see my Arc Raiders ID to send me a friend request, because Saturday we will be doing that. Monkey, the blueprint will have a tick on it if you have it. Extended mag is a good one. Use it on the Stitcher. Yeah, we didn't even get out of there. We tried to help somebody out with their Rocketeer problem, and it went poorly. We're still struggling with our Sentinel firing cores. We have 36 minutes to the electromagnetic storm. Unfortunately, we only have about 36 minutes left in the stream, so that's not good. We're going to go back to where we were. At least I know there is a firing core. There is a turret there. Uncle Warzone, the movement is hard to adjust to. Yeah, you know, I used to play Fortnite back in the day. So I'm kind of used to the third-party movement. And this does have the combat roll, which is kind of cool. And it does have the shouldering button, so you can switch shouldering sides, which I think Fortnite had that also. Speed Freak, Art Creator Saturday. Did I hear that right? Speed Freak, I believe so. I don't think we want to jump back into Warzone. I think Warzone is... We played that out. We've done that for years, and it is done. Maybe when Modern Warfare 4 comes out in the future, we'll take a look at it again. But for right now, this BO7 iteration is just garbage. We have not had a lot of fun in it. I mean, we did have fun in Harvest mode, whatever the new map was. It was good for a week or two. But it just started feeling like multiplayer. You know, Resurgence has always felt like multiplayer. All right, fuel storage. We are on the wrong side of the map again. So all we can really do is loot and extract. And I think that's the way to play this. Is, I'll tell you what, stay away from these carts. If you accidentally roll, let me see if I can make it happen. I don't know if I did a jump and a roll. No. Somehow I ended up inside a cart. Oh, we were inside. But I can get out. So the other cart was around backwards. The control panel was away from the wall. But yeah, we'll look at Warzone again when they make some real changes, not just season updates or anything else, but when Warzone 4 comes out, or Modern Warfare 4 and they integrate the Warzone to it, we'll take a look at it. Those fireballs are no joke. You got to time shooting them just right when the thing opens. And make sure you're backing away just slightly. And then they're no big deal. Which way are we going? I guess anywhere is good. Tinker Wizard couldn't get out, had to surrender. Yeah, I did the same thing. Got stuck in one of those. It's still a problem. I got stuck in one about an hour ago, and we ended up having to surrender. Luckily, Rebel Dies a Lot told me how to surrender. I had no idea how to do that. You know, I've never really gotten good loot out of these things. We have 25 minutes left in the game, so that's pretty good. Anvil will one-shot them even if they're close. So even if they're not open? Yeah, I should probably... Whoa, just about got cooked with that. I should probably just always build a loadout, take the extra time, take an anvil in, because it is so much better. See, all that time and energy and nothing. There's a snitch. Do we shoot him? That's pretty bad. Damaged snitches. Personal best. Well, that's good. We don't have a lot of ammo. We need to loot some of that up. A lot of times you'll get somebody up here just sniping, trying to take you out. And I really don't hate on people that are playing the PvP side of it. I mean, you kind of disregard it a lot because obviously if you're on a free loadout, you don't have a lot to lose. Any heavy gun would kill those guys with one shot. Yeah, you typically don't have a heavy weapon when I come in with a free loadout. We have a leaper or something behind that thing. A bastion. No, what is that? I don't know what that is.
Bastion, there.
Well, we're not going to take it on with our kettle. With 20 rounds of ammo. He saw us. I'm rolling way too early. No, this is going to go poorly. Yep, we knew that was going to go bad. There's no reason to be running around by yourself out in the middle. Just never goes well. All right, let's build a loadout. Let's take some weapons that can at least compete with something. Brandon Kirkham, good morning. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Let's clear out Scrappy. Go back to spaceport. We're going to do a real loadout. Oh, we got to do some trading first. Go to Lance. You can get this Looting Mark 1. Trade in your free loadout for it. And I don't think I have enough stuff. And a lot of times I'll do a free loadout just because I don't want to go through the hassle of doing all this other crap. So a Stitcher and a Pharaoh, which means we need some heavy ammo and a little bit of light ammo. We also need some bandages, which we're not going to have. So we have to go to our workbench, make some bandages. And we need 5 of these things too. It made it, right? There's 2 of them. I thought we made 5. Definitely need more. Can't do 2. And I'm sure there's a quicker way to run around this interface, but I don't know what that would be. 5 and 5. Sure, that's plenty. All right. Like clockworks, my daily experience on Ark. Jump into the game and get destroyed. Yeah, that's pretty much the experience you expect. All right, we also have all these quests going on. We need to use a supply station. It said raid a supply station. I don't know what that means. Just use it. And I think the supply station looks like an antenna mast with just a dish on top. Not sure what it looks like. It's too bright in here. Maybe that's the problem. All right, where are we at? Service building. We are still all the way on the wrong side of the map, and we're late in the game. There's only 18 minutes left. And when you're late to the game, the best thing to do is just loot and get ready to get out, because you're not going to have time to do too much. All this is already looted. Everything's already searched. So we're pretty much just following someone else that has already been on this path. So there's a little dish here. I don't know what that is. This is one of the field depots, right? So we visited a field depot. We need to find the little thing, which usually isn't too far away. I've seen it a lot on the back of trucks. Like this looks like a prime candidate right here. And there it is. You pick this bad boy up and we just have to slow roll across the map here. So if nothing else, we'll get some of our quests knocked out. And we're going to have to play during the magnetic storm in a little bit and see if we can get our sentinel cores. Unfortunately, we're going to have to stop the stream because Mrs. P has breakfast going on. And then we'll probably have to come back and do the sentinel cores. Wow, really? Put it in the thing. The door's already open. Alright, we've got a little bit of stuff.
We've received your crate, Raider. We'll see if this time's finally the charm. Sent up some rewards for your efforts.
Now we have 11 minutes. We only have a minute to get to this one. We're not going to make that. 5 minutes to get to control tower. 10 minutes to get to this one over here. 15 minutes over on this side. So
Head home at the west elevator.
I guess we're going to head that way. We're not carrying any good loot. I mean, we have some stuff. We have a safe pocket. What should we put? A tagging grenade? I don't know. A gun? Krellush had pancakes. Man, I like pancakes. You know, Mrs. P started making pancakes this week. She said, oh, they're not that hard to make. We are not going to take on 3 of those guys. So I actually had pancakes 2 days in a row. Pretty amazing. But after a while, it's like, okay, no more pancakes. Let's take a break. Give me some eggs, bacon, and toast. That's what I really want. Ooh, French toast? Ooh, I'd do that. I feel like this is going to be a horrible run across the middle here. Might as well get a little bit more loot while we're at it. I'm sure someone's camping this thing. I'm amazed it's not already looted. Tinker Whiskey, put the eggs and bacon on the pancakes. That sounds really good. Actually, I love to put my eggs right on top of the toast before I break the yolk open. Let it soak in there and make it all yummy inside. Surprised we couldn't pick this other thing up. I think we're going to just be making a run for the exit here. It's 500 meters away. Might as well loot this car. Womp Womp, will be interesting to see your channel growth after this switch. Yeah, so far we're going backwards. But with any luck, it'll be a temporary reversal. That is not a Sentinel cannon. Oh, he's going to come in here? Oh my goodness, we never reloaded? Alright, let's keep everything loaded up because we're going to need it. This looks like a nice shortcut as long as we can get out the other side. One of those tick things up here. Oh no, not on my face. Get off my face. Man. Probably could have saved some of that health for later. But we're running out of later. Run, little man. There's a raider right up here on top.
An arc orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. You have 10 minutes to return to Speranza.
We'll let him worry about that problem. We're pretty heavy with all of our loot. Of course, we keep looking. Good morning. Welcome in. You know, somebody told me, was it yesterday, that I didn't respond to their chats? And sometimes sometimes the chat name is white, and I don't know if that makes any sense, but the lettering for each person that comes into chat is either like blue, green, purple, but if it comes in as white, sometimes I can't see it. And I do apologize if that happens to you. I try to respond to everybody that puts something in there, like PX just came in, it says, has a white label on his thing. Man, I get bogged down with looting. Love to see the transition from COD. Yeah, I just couldn't do it anymore. Oh, where are we going to put this? I guess we'll get rid of this. We don't need another Pharaoh in our inventory. The Pharaoh is probably worth more than what we put in that slot, though. Alright, we probably need to work towards extraction. We're at 49 pounds. Or kilos, or whatever the measurement is. Let's make sure our guns are loaded. Now at extraction, as long as we can push the button, we can handle the arc. Because even if they down you, they don't really pursue. But if there's a raider around here, he will shoot you in the back. So we're just going to hide. Rebel, yes, we will do the play with viewers on Saturday. I think we're just going to do the pivot around the thing here. And now, as long as we don't get destroyed too bad, we'll make it out. That was a little sketchy on the retreat there. All right, well. We had 49.8 kilos out of 50, 36,000 on our backpack, so not horrible. But we're not getting what we want, which are the Sentinel cores. We solved a couple of our quests, so that's good. Prolush, I want to play Ark, but I feel like it's going too grindy. It is. It does feel way grindy. And I was worried about that as an extraction shooter. You know it's going to be grindy. All right, let's go to our raiders. We have some quests that we solved.
Up there. It clearly debunked. We can always use more crates, by the way. Our attempts to open them have so far been...
We have to follow the trail of destruction. Don't have anything with Celeste.
What a waste. The amount of fabric was...
Request a supply drop from a call station. Don't know what that is. Nothing with Lance.
If you run out of bullets, there's always
destroy an arc enemy using a fireball. Yeah, so I mean, I really didn't think I would like this. I bought, oh, what was it? Hello Games. What was it? Well, I think it's in my Steam. Let me look here real quick. No Man's Sky. So I bought No Man's Sky a long time ago, and I ended up uninstalling it. And this is an extraction shooter. You know, you're going around the universe. I played it about 19 hours before I finally gave up. A lot of crafting, a lot of tech tree you have to build out, but there's no PvP, so you're pretty much on your own. Arc Raiders, we've been playing it for 40 hours now. I'm still not bored of it. And there's so much stuff you gotta get, and some of it's kind of frustrating. Like, we've been working on getting these Sentinel firing cores, and we haven't had any luck getting them so far. Now we know the electromagnetic storm is what everybody's saying will help us get it. Fewer active return points, no active raider hatches, increased loot, and lightning strikes. Sounds perfect. Do you craft and add attachments to your loadout? You can. I've mostly been running free loadouts. If I'm going to go in and just go looting, let me click something here. If I'm just going to go looting, I'll usually go free loadout. That way, if you die, you don't lose anything. It would be worth doing a real loadout, but then you have to spend the time of putting all the stuff over here. So you have to put a looting augment, and that gives you things like a safe pocket. So even if you do die, whatever you put in there will be safe. But then you have to put in your guns. You have to do whatever. So what I've been doing is just run some free loadouts until you get a few good extractions, and then you upgrade your free looting case for this looting case, because the free one gives you only 14 slots and you have no safe pocket. So if you die, you don't bring anything back. So yeah, it does make sense to run a real loadout occasionally. I'm just not sure how much sense it makes. During the electric storm, as soon as you see that lightning flash on the floor, get away from it, because it strikes hard. So if you see the lightning flash, roll. If you run no loadout, you have a safe pocket. I don't see a safe pocket on the free loadout. I don't think there's and no safe pocket, yeah. You'll be given a random set of secondhand gear. Free loadout has fewer inventory slots and no safe pocket. I think that's what you run no loadout. No loadout. Can you run no loadout? How do you do that? You mean free loadout. Yeah, free loadout doesn't give you a safe pocket. Maybe it used to, and now it doesn't. How do you do no loadout? Custom loadout and just scrap everything? Go empty. Uh-oh, our inventory is full. Wait, why are we... Gotta sell some more crap. You know, we have 280 slots in our stash, and we're still always full. That's probably enough. All right, so we're trying to get rid of everything in our loadout. So we have a nice empty loadout. So even with no augment, wow, that's okay. That's kind of cool. Walk by Faith, thanks for coming by. The Brown Boy, empty custom loadout gives you a safe pocket. So there you go. So we have an empty custom loadout. It looks like we do. So then you can actually take like just a gun. So you don't have to take an augment, I guess. You can even do no loadout, like no gun, then what? Yeah, I mean, if you go no loadout and ready up, are you sure you're... I guess if you're just going to try to loot, maybe it's okay. You can equip a lead shield if you want. Light shield. I think you meant light shield. Yeah, I mean, then it gets to the point of, if you're going to go ahead and get a light shield, and you're going to get a gun, put some ammo, then you might as well get bandages, then you need some shield rechargers. So, yeah, I don't know how effective this is. I run no loadout to get a specific item, put it in a safe pocket, and then surrender. Literally running a spot to get an item and die. Brown-Eye Boy, that's Brownie Boy, that's a good idea, I guess. So I have no idea where we would be going here, but if we run against a anything, we're gonna die.
Shani speaking. You're looking for shipping containers labeled J. Cosma. That's all the help I can offer.
Well, we got some bandages. Maybe we should keep our swinger out. This is going to go poorly. Teacher, you have good evasion tactics. This just feels like it's going to go real bad. Oh, good Lord. I don't know when they added these things to the game, but I am not a fan. We just locked ourselves in a room. That's awesome. Maybe if we can find another raider that's dead, we can get some gear off of him. Where'd you go? What's up, Raider? I almost took a swing at him, but I'm sure he would have just shot me in the face, and that would have been the end of that. All right, we don't really have anything worth putting in our safe pocket yet. So can we melee a fireball? Probably not. There's a gun case over there, but it looks like it's already looted. We have an android. What's up, android? It'd be nice to find a gun. I feel like we're naked with no gun. I'm speaking to my phone. I never understand me. Yeah. Tinker Whiskey has that Irish accent, and I think when iPhones and Android did all their voice teaching, they didn't take into account that Irish accent. I don't know if there's anything that we can do around here. If we run into a fireball, we're dead. Wow, somebody just ran right by us and didn't even look at us. Dude, I got nothing going on here. I got nothing going on. I'm already dead. He must not have anything with him either. Just broke my ankles. That's awesome. I'm just messing with you. There's no way I can kill you. Thanks for putting me out of my misery. I have nothing going on. Free loadout. No loadout, actually.
No.
All I had was a pickaxe. for someone else coming. I hope he gets shot in the back. Oh, they killed me. That was not good. All right, well, I think it's time to go eat breakfast. Then we might come back in and see if we can get the electromagnetic storm. If not, we'll have to grab it some other time. I think I got to go to my brother's house, so I can't really hang out and play through the electromagnetic storm. But it looks like 27 seconds. It's up. But we got to go. We got to go eat breakfast. So, yeah. Well, we tried that melee, people. Didn't go well. All right, let's see who we can raid really quick. And then we will be back tomorrow to do this all over again. Let's go same category. Somebody we're following. I don't want to do Lucci. He just never returns. I don't even think he watches his Twitch anymore. Let's go with, oh, I don't know. Somebody with a few viewers, but not a lot. Snow Leopard. I don't know who Snow Leopard is, but we'll go give them a follow or a raid really quick. All right, you guys enjoy your day. Melanie, Womp Womp, Tinker Whiskey, who else? Brownie Boy, Like Clockwork, Big Dog Farms. Thanks for the new follow on Twitch.